It's Margarita Skype in another episode of Jewelry Photography. Today we're going to talk about something super different. One of my absolutely favorite topics. I love photography, I have a passion for it, but I've learned a few tricks. We've been doing online selling for about probably a little bit more than 10 years now. And when we started, I remember the urge to buy these machines, these jewelry photography machines, or the ones that are super fancy for $500, for $2,500, for $5,000 with different lights and so many different things and apps. And it was just crazy. It was mind blowing. And I thought, I really need this machine to do jewelry photography. And so we didn't buy them, and I got to test them. But I came across a simple truth that you don't need any of them. I know this will be shocking to some because I know a lot of people believe in these machines and they think that's the only way to go, but I'm going to prove you wrong today. I'm going to show you photography today that I do and you can do too for probably under $45. You will be shocked. You will need a few things, and most of those are just tricks. I started doing photography with just white paper and a lamp, and I wanted to compare whether that would be comparable to those machines, and it was. But hold on tight, because it's not about white lamp and a white piece of paper. It is a little bit more complex than that, but I know that you'll get a hang of it and you'll do beautiful photos. This 10-minute video will be great for someone who wants to sell online, for someone who wants to do photography of little micro things, just like jewelry. But mostly this video will be great for someone who wants to do jewelry photography, because that's what I know how to do, and I'm here to pass it on to you and to help you do beautiful jewelry photography. Again, I'm going to explain this video is for jewelry photography for the purpose of selling. So these are going to be sellable photos, photos that you can put online, photos that you can use for Instagram as well, because I will show you a few tricks to the creative photography. But again, this is going to be simple, easy, and just 10 minutes or under. Let's go. Let me show you this machine just in case you are wondering to buy one of these fancy jewelry machines, and I'm here to tell you that you don't need it. There's variations of this jewelry photography machines on the market. There's boxes of them on Amazon for $500, for $2,000. This particular machine was, I think, about $2,000. There's also upgraded version to this at $5,000. I'm only showing you this for the purpose of telling you do not need this particular jewelry photography box. It is fancy and beautiful, but if you don't want to spend that much money, I'm going to show you how to do it without having to do that. I found limitations with this particular jewelry photography box is that it's too small. If I want to take photos of necklaces or bracelets, or if I want to get creative and take some photos with flowers inside that box, it did not work for me because it didn't have enough room and it was not convenient with the way it is set up. I also want to add that I do all my jewelry photography with just a simple iPhone. I don't use cameras, usually for the purpose of sellable photos. I want to make this clear that when I'm taking photos to sell online, I use my phone. In case I want to get creative and I want to do a post in a magazine, in case I want to do a post in Instagram, or in case I want to do some printouts where I need an amazing quality in the actual pixels of the photography, then I do use my Nikon and I take photos that way. But most of the times, I would say 99% of the times, even for all my fancy photography for Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, I do with my phone. Let me show you how I do it, super simple, and with what type of box I use. Take a look at this beautiful jewelry box. I know you've seen it before. Most people do when they search for jewelry box. They probably just don't look at it because they think, just like I used to think, well, what can it possibly give for under $50? And you'll be surprised how much I do in this jewelry photography box and get a better quality than in the one we just looked at previously. It is super handy. I love it for the versatility because I can put it out and I can put it together in 2 simple minutes. I can take it to clients. I can take it outside if I want to do some photography for daylight. It is super light and super easy, comes with multiple backgrounds, and the cost is under $50. This is not a paid commercial. Nobody paid me to do a video on this box. So I just wanted to say this is me trying to share with you how to do it under $50. But if you are interested in buying one of these, just like the one that I own right now, I will have the link under this video on Amazon where you can easily purchase it. This is only for the purpose if you wanted to purchase just like the one that I have. Let me show you how I do photography inside, and let me show you a whole bunch of pictures that I did exactly in this box, and you can too.
Let's choose the ring to work with. I'm going to choose the Tanzanite diamond ring for this photography. I usually put the ring closer to the beginning of the box so I can get an easier access and take a closer photo. All the photos after I adjust in my phone with brightness or shadow or any other features, just in my phone. I don't use any other program for this. Here's a photo on my hand. As you can see, the photos are lively and you can relate to them. So are the videos, and I talked about this a lot. These are the green leaves that I use for all my photography. You can use any green leaves that you want. It does not matter. Any green color looks really, really good because of the contrast of color against jewelry. I've used red flowers. I've used roses. You can get creative and have a lot of fun in this box with any of your jewelry. As you can see, all I do is just fold that leaf and put the ring inside. This gives me an interesting look and gives that artsy, creative photo. Now all I do is just take a photo. In any placement, you can hold it. You can just put it down. It's up to you. Some of the items I hold and then take a photo. Some of the items I just put down and take a photo that way. In this case, I wanted to do a more creative photo by placing the ring on top of the leaf and then holding it from one side and taking the photo and cropping it after. You can do this easily with any of the jewelry. The earrings work just as well.
Let's talk a little bit about jewelry photography and why it doesn't work for some people, or some people that have taken jewelry photography courses or have taken photos of jewelry. Simply understand that it does not sell. And I've seen a lot of my friends who came to me who also own jewelry stores that go, Rita, I take photos and they don't sell online. This is because you take photos and think as a catalog person or someone who is not a consumer. If you can turn around and think for yourself, if you are buying something today, what's the most important for you? Think of yourself if you're buying clothes or shoes or anything else online. We all do it every day. We just can't think of it the same way when we are on the other side. Now, for me, the most important is to A, see it on a person, and 2, to see the photos live. And when I say lively photos, what I'm trying to mean by that is that if you're gonna take stock photos on a white background, you can take 30 photos of an item on a stock background or white background, just like here, and it will not sell. It will not sell because a person can't relate to it. You have to think like a consumer. If you're here to buy this $200 ring, for example, the thing that you want is, one, to kind of picture it on your hand. So taking photos on your hand and even on your hand holding it against your face kind of shows the proportion of this ring. So live photos is the way to go. You want to take as many photos as you can on you or on the hand. If you don't want to use your hands, then buy a rubber hand or a white hand. There's plenty of them on Amazon as well. If you don't know, I'll have a link below to purchase it. You can put a ring on the hand and take a photo that way. But the photos have to be live in that sense. The other thing you can do is try to take videos against your own skin or against your own hand or against your own face. If you're taking earrings, you can take them right onto yourself. Or if you're taking a ring, put it on the finger and take a video on the live fingers. There's nothing that can replace live hands and live person. And I've seen it happen over and over again where companies just take photos on the white background. It can be 5 to 10 photos and it will not sell because people can't relate to those photos. In today's market, you want to do photos that people can relate to in order for them to sell. Let's quickly recap and conclude. Trick number 1. Buy a cheap box. They are available on Amazon, $30 to $50 tops. And you don't need anything more than that. Trick number 2. If you want creative photos, use some green leaves or some flowers. You can twist them. I showed you how you do it in different ways and the photography looks phenomenal. Trick number 3, buy some white gloves. The white gloves help not only protect the items that you're taking photos, and at the same time, polish and shine them before you take photos, but they also let you take photos in case your manicure hands are not the most beautiful thing in the world. You can just put on a white glove and take things in the white gloves and show them around. Even if it's not jewelry, or let's say a statue or something else, you can put white gloves and it looks much better on the video. And number 4 trick, if you can, use on your iPhone, when you're taking videos of jewelry, if you want the sparkle to come out from diamonds or any other stones, you have to use the function HD60. I will show you this right now over here. When you go into the camera settings, you can choose from 4K, from 4K, and then the other ones are 24, 30, and 60, I believe. The one that gives you the sparkle is HD60. So if you can try that and play around with your camera, you can see that when you take video of jewelry, they are best taken under that function, only because the diamonds and gemstones really come live. Now, that is pretty much all that you need. The number 5 advice that I have for you is to take lively photos, and we spoke about this almost throughout the whole video. Make sure you take lots of them on yourself, on your hands, against your face, something that people can relate to. That is probably the best advice that I can give you in this video, because as soon as we started doing our photography that way, where we took a lot of photos that were lively, that were on our hands, on our faces, doesn't matter who, you can even find any employee, or if you're just a startup, ask your mom to put on those earrings so you can take a photo on her, your sister, your friend, whatever it is. The photos really need to be lively. People that are watching on the other side and wanting to buy your jewelry really need to relate and feel how this jewelry will look like on them. If they cannot do that, they will not purchase and they will hesitate. You have to remember that jewelry buying, a lot of it has to do with emotion. So here I am, I watched a movie, it was about some Queen Elizabeth. I want to get earrings like Queen Elizabeth. Just out of the blue at 12 at night, I'm going to search online for some Queen Elizabeth earrings. I come up to the most beautiful earrings. I look at 3 photos that they have. I can't relate. I don't know what the size is. Is it big? Is it small? Is it bulky? I can't relate. I'm just gonna go to the next one. But if I come to photos, I can see it. The earrings are somewhere up to here. Okay, I can see them. They're on the hand. I can see them on the video. I can see them and I can relate. I will most likely purchase. And remember that tomorrow morning, most of these clients, or some of these clients, don't even know why they purchased these earrings, but they were in a moment. Jewelry is a very in the moment purchase. When you are in a moment, you want to feel some kind of emotion and you buy it. I mean, I'm not talking about engagement rings or people that are, wanting some jewelry piece for a long time and saving up for it. I am talking about a lot of the emotional type of purchases. And believe it or not, statistically, I think more than 80% of jewelry is bought emotionally as opposed to saving up or rationally buying them. So you want to create the emotion that they have and have them relate to that emotion in order to sell your product, because otherwise it makes absolutely no difference. If they come across beautiful stock photos, they can be the most amazing magazine-like photos, but if they can't relate to that piece, they won't buy it. So at the end of the day, everybody buys a story, and that's no surprise. It's Margarita Skypen, and I'll see you in the next video.